case you've just joined our broadcast this afternoon, I want to take you through what the new parliament is going to look like. We now have trends from all 543 seats. Several of these are outright victories. Some are still leads. But the big story this afternoon is that Narendra Modi, the man in the orange kurta, is set to be India's next Prime Minister with 329 seats for the NDA. That's 188 seats more than last time. The Congress-led UPA alliance is down to 69, less than the number of ministers they had in the last UPA government, a loss of a whopping 165 seats. As far as the vote share of the NDA is concerned, they've jumped up to 40% vote share. 40%, that's a gain of almost 14% from the 26% they had last time, whereas the Congress actually hasn't lost much vote share. Their vote share figures just come down 2%, from 32 to 30 for the UPA. What explains this? Yeah. The fact that the vote share for the UPA hasn't slipped as much as the seat share, which has crashed, right, which means that they've actually taken a lot of the votes from the others.
One is that they're taking votes from the others. The second is that the NDA votes are much more concentrated. I think I'll have to check this, but it is probably the first time that what we pollsters call the multiplier effect. In Uttar Pradesh for BJP is 2. It gets 85% seats with 42% votes. I don't think this has happened ever before. So the BJP...
But that's also because the opposition vote is split. The index of opposition unity is such that it's completely fragmented.
One, it is split.
Yes.
The second, their vote is concentrated.
But the one man who never thought this was going to happen, the man who tried to stop this from happening, BJP patriarch LK Advani, the man who led the party in the disastrous 2009 campaign and held out against Modi's elevation, spoke to journalists a short while before now. This is what Advani had to say.
भ्रष्टाचार, महंगाई और कुशासन, ये तीन प्रमुख कारण बने जिसके कारण आज का ये परिणाम आया है। विश्लेषण तो और मुझे करना पड़ेगा कई पहलुओं से भी, जिसमें जहां जहां हम पहले कभी नहीं जीते वहां पर भी जीत गए। उसमें नरेंद्र भाई मोदी के नेतृत्व का कितना योगदान है, फिर राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ के साथ जुड़े हुए जितने सारे संगठन हैं जिनमें भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक है, उन सबके साथ जुड़े हुए जो लोग हैं उनका कितना योगदान है।
Okay, I want to now take a look at some very interesting data that's just come out here. Take a look at Narendra Modi's strike rate. Just take this up full screen, please. Of the 249 rallies addressed by Narendra Modi, he has turned 188 out of those into victories. Only 44 is when the BJP is either trailing or losing, which means Narendra Modi's strike rate in this election, in terms of where he held rallies and how many of those converted into victories, is a massive 81%. Rahul Gandhi, on the other hand, and let's have his figures up on our screen right now, held 104 rallies. The Congress has won only on 11 of those seats. Only 11 victories for the Congress. On 88 of those seats, the Congress party has lost, giving Rahul Gandhi a victory strike rate, Javed, of only 11%, raising even bigger questions than those that already exist about Rahul Gandhi's ability as a vote catcher, as someone who can convert his rallies into victories. People will next time say, at this strike rate, thank you very much, we don't want you.
Yeah, it raises very serious doubts about Rahul Gandhi's abilities, both as a leader and as a vote catcher. We saw that happen in Uttar Pradesh, but people said that's a one-off thing. Maybe the next time around he'd do better. He hasn't, not just has he not done better, he's done worse. And Rahul really has his task cut out for him.
Is this also...
He needs to take some very important calls.
Is this also a larger message against dynasties? I want to introduce Madhukar Jaitley from the Samajwadi Party. We've got these figures now. The BJP at 70 out of the 80 seats. That's mind-boggling, stunning. Hats off Amit Shah. Congratulations Narendra Modi. 70, no person. Nobody. Not even Amit Shah, not even Narendra Modi. They would have liked to believe this is true, but would they have ever believed that's true? The Samajwadi Party down to 7 seats. We had Madhukar Jaitley with us last time. He was rubbishing the exit polls. The exit polls were wrong, but that's because they were being conservative. And you now, sir, stand at 7 seats. What do you think is attributable to the NDA ending up at 70 seats? 70 out of 80 seats. Unimaginable, inconceivable 24 hours ago. Are you prepared to say, well done, Narendra Modi, Mr. Jaitley?
You see, Rahul, the increase in the BJP seats is because what I said last time. I'll repeat it again because probably you did not understand my purpose of telling you what exactly I meant. I said that the loss of the BSP and the Congress and the RLD, primarily, if you see out of these 70 seats, the 20 seats which were of the BSP have reduced to 0. And out of the 23 seats that the Congress had won last time, you are showing on your screen, there are only 3 seats leading in the trend. So 20 plus 20 is 40 seats out of these 70, and 5 seats are of the RLD. So whatever remains, we are the only party in the state who has been able to contain whatever little or more. You may draw your own conclusions, but the fact is that Samajwadi Party has fought in the detailed analysis which will come, we will do about it. But at the end of the day,
I accept what you are saying. I accept what you are saying, because the Samajwadi Party vote share has only come down from 22 to 19, which essentially means it's the BSP that's been hammered, and therein lies an existential crisis for the BSP. If they are down to 15, what was the BSP vote share last time? If they are down to 15, it essentially means a lot of the Jata vote has gone away in favor of the BJP. Veer Sangvi?
Yeah, 12-point swing against them.
So you want 12-point swing against the BSP,
which is crazy, because when you consider that they should have anti-incumbency against Mulayam's government, against Akhilesh's government, and they should be able to benefit from that, they benefited from nothing. There's no real explanation, because this is not something, as far as I know, journalists saw coming. Did you see it coming?
Yeah, and the reason was 2007.
Yeah.
Mayawati comes up with the slogan, Hathi nahi Ganesh hai, Brahma Vishnu Mahesh hai, appealing to the upper caste.
Okay.
About 20 years ago, before that, she used to have Tilak Tarazu or Talwar, Inko Maro Jute Char. It was a full circle.
But now the Brahma, Ganesh have all gone.
All have gone.
And even the Jata
even the Jata was gone.
That really threatens the existence of identity politics, the existence of identity-based parties and what they stand for. Javed,
Rahul, it's a continuation of Delhi. We saw what happened in Delhi. Yes. A lot of the Jata vote shifted to the Aam Aadmi Party, and now in UP it's gravitated to the BJP.
I want to shift now to Tamil Nadu. We've got results now, trends and results from 39 seats. The Jayalalitha-led AIADMK is winning 38 out of those 39 seats. That's a gain of 29 seats from last time. Remember, in Tamil Nadu, she had no alliance. She shooed the left away. She didn't have DMDK on her side. This time, all by herself. That's the bar of the AIADMK. Everyone else is decimated. But there's no point in this victory, Krishna Anand, because what does she do with these numbers? Modi has what she needs. If she had got 38, Modi was at 230, that would have been ideal for Jayalalitha. Now she's got these 38 and she's still out of power, out of business.
I think, the BJP must be sort of, really celebrating, not just because they got these numbers, but they don't have to really depend on Jayalalitha. But having said that, I think, if we look at the vote percentage, this was probably the worst election for the DMK in the last 25 years. After the DMK actually came back in 1989, bounced back after MGR's death, this has been the worst election because, you had the two brothers really sort of, drawing the knives against each other. You had one of the important leaders' daughter, the patriarch's daughter actually spending time between jail and bail. And, so the DMK actually was facing its worst election, and still if they actually managed
because
about
60%. Because for the AIADMK, without a caste-based alliance, to come up with a vote share of 45%.
Let's be very clear that the ADMK is not about not without a caste.
But Tamil Nadu politics is about caste.
The ADMK itself is a caste alliance. Let's be very clear. I think the whole of the southern Tamil Nadu, the ADMK represents the resurgent.
Let's listen to what Jayalalitha told journalists when she spoke to them just a short while before now. She's won 38 seats. Does she look like someone who's thrilled to have won 38 out of 39, or is she not particularly pleased with the national picture? Take a look, decide for yourself.
I also wish to thank the people of Tamil Nadu for having bestowed on the All India Anna DMK the distinction of emerging as the third largest party in parliament in the country.
Not in parliament. They had swept elections, but that was all in alliance with the...
I want to go across to Priyamvada, my colleague. She's joining us from Chennai. Now 38%, 38 seats, 45% vote share is huge. What does she do with it though? Modi has what he needs. He doesn't need Jayalalitha. Is there a certain bitterness in this big victory as well, Priyamvada?
Absolutely, because we remember that after the exit poll results were out, she was very jubilant, she was in a very upbeat mood, but she wasn't that happy today, though it's a big victory for her. All that she can hope for now is a cordial ties with the central government. She indicated for that. She said there is no plans to join NDA, the situation doesn't arise. But having said that, she said that she wishes Narendra Modi, after a long time, after that election when she actually hit out during the last leg of the campaign against Narendra Modi, this is probably the first time she's coming out and wishing Narendra Modi, because she wants all the demands for the Tamil Nadu to be fulfilled. And after that, she spoke to us off the record and she said she has not yet decided whether to attend the swearing-in ceremony of Narendra Modi or not.
Well, this was a game of muscle flexing between Modi and Jayalalitha. Modi tried very hard to reach out to her because he wasn't sure of the mandate. When he went to Chennai, he got Guru Muti to try and fix up a meeting. Jayalalitha said, no, thank you, Veer Sangvi. Now, Modi can say, no, thank you, ma'am, I don't need you. I mean, you're happy to come on board, but frankly, I don't need you.
She's in a bizarre position of being all dressed up with nowhere to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot like Mulayam Singh in 2004. Yeah. He had 40 seats, but no role to play.
That's interesting. From Jayalalitha's perspective, it couldn't get worse. You end up with 38 seats and you've got nothing to do with it. Absolutely. It's a bit like what she did to do the DMDK of Vijay Kant in the last election. When she piggybacked with Vijay Kant, got the mandate she wanted, threw Vijay Kant out, leaving Vijay Kant in the lurch. This time she and Modi won together. There's a difference in that sense, but it's similar because you win and yet you have nothing to do.
But Rahul, there is also a very important subtract to the Tamil Nadu verdict, and that is, I mean, the decimation of all these smaller parties. I mean, if I think the one seat that the ADMK has not won is Anbumani Ramdas, if I'm correct. I mean, that also leaves, I mean, little bit of life for the PMK, but, not really any big hopes. So when we are talking about sort of, between now and 2016, probably we are actually looking at a DMK versus ADMK war once again. And that is provided the DMK reinvents itself by that time.
And right now it's been completely decimated from Tamil Nadu. I want to
But 16% in the situation in which that the elections were contested by the DMK this time, I think it's not it's not really decimation.
And it's really bad. Because they thought they'd pull the Muslims towards them. They did none of that work. For 45% vote share to go towards the AIDMK, it means everything that they tried to tell people in Tamil Nadu hasn't worked. They're still as scam-tarred as they were when the assembly elections happened.
There's some room for a deal because she can. BJP could
because Aragiri's son has tweeted.
BJP could do with her support in the Rajya Sabha.
Jayalalitha wins, DMK decimated. We always told you this was going to happen. He's of course from the DMK, son of Aragiri, who's now of course out. But he's saying, see, we told you so. Without Aragiri, you can't win. Aragiri on that spin of his own.
But I think because
of Nandan Nilekani
because of Rajya Sabha, they may take good relation. They may keep good relation with.
So they must, because in the Rajya Sabha they have only 64 seats. They have only 64 seats in the Rajya Sabha. To get bills through, you need the help of Jayalalitha, you need the help of Naveen Patnaik. Plus, in any case, Modi is saying he will run India as a confederation, as partnership. He says he's told us that he believes in running India almost as if considering the CMs to be a part of his cabinet, as an extended massive cabinet where they all together consultate.
They all say that.
No, but
Rahul,
yes, Rahul, that's interesting. Karnataka.
I think the Rajya Sabha thing is not too much of an issue because I don't see the Congress really opposing the BJP when it comes to most of the economic programs as much as the BJP did not.
But the BJP wouldn't want to depend on the Congress. That's a different thing. Clearly. Let's take a look at the numbers for Karnataka. 17 seats for the BJP. That's 2 down from last time. But you need to take this in the perspective of what happened in the assembly elections in Karnataka, which is when Yedurappa had been booted out. He set up his own party, the KGP, picked up about 10% of the vote share. The Congress is now at 9. which is 3 more than last time. The Janata Dal Secular is at 2, that's down 1. So you may think nothing has changed, but actually a whole world has changed in these numbers, because when the assembly elections were held fairly recently, the BJP was routed. They've been able to come back. How much of this, Krishna Anand, has to do with Narendra Modi, how much with Yediyurappa?
I think it's a combination of the two. And in fact, the real story is that, people saw, I think everybody saw BJP losing little bit, if not substantially, on the lines of the assembly elections and, Siddharamaia's track record and all those things. But I think getting Yediyurappa back has helped. One, that he has himself won his seat, Shobha Karandlaje has won her seat. So I think getting Yediyurappa back and the Narendra Modi wave together has helped the BJP retain its numbers, which I think is also one of the unexpected aspects of this election.
No, because in the last elections, when the BJP had picked up 19 seats, they had 41% of the vote share. Now they're projected to pick up 46% of the vote share. The Congress is at 42. The gap is very narrow, Dhananjay, but how does it translate into such a big gap in terms of seat share? Think about that for a moment. I'm playing out a reaction from